Madness 2K Sim. I'm your host as of now because I have the screen, unfortunately, for HP, who I'm being joined by as a color commentator. HP, how are we feeling about this 8-9 LSU versus Arizona matchup?
This is the battle of two types of cats, the Wildcats of Arizona, playing from the Conference of Champions, battling the Tigers of LSU. Between two cats, we called this the cattle game. In the group message before we started this, Arizona the 8 seed, LSU the 9 seed. A true coin flip of a game, if you ask me. But this should be a good one, folks.
Clearly, Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose, and Scottie Pippen have picked the LSU Tigers, while Oscar Robertson and Chris Webber are picking the Wildcats. HP, who do you have in this game? This is going to be a battle of guard play.
I like the LSU Tigers in this game. I think Skylar Mays and Javonte Smart, along with Trendon Watford, will be a little bit too much for the Arizona Wildcats. If this were real life, I think I would go with Arizona, with LSU not playing well to end the season, but this is not real life. And so I'm going with the team that I think has better guards, which is LSU.
I'm going to differ from HP on this one, only because, well, about the whole real life thing. LSU is a team that's made for big games. HP points out Skylar Mays, Javonte Smart, and Trendon Watford. Let's not forget about Emmett Williams. Emmett Williams is a guy that's been pretty consistent down the stretch for LSU.
Good player.
Very consistent. Not going to completely negate Arizona, even though I'm having PTSD flashbacks of Jamal Baker's time at UK. But I'm going to take LSU here. They're a team that's built for big games. They show up pretty consistently. To these big games, they had some pretty big letdowns after a really hot start to the beginning of the year. But I'm going to go ahead and take LSU in this one. So
I do want to say, Nico Mannion is that good and could be the kind of player that could carry Arizona past LSU. Him, Josh Green, Zeke Naji, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
I think you are.
All very talented players. Stone Gettings has been a true X factor for them. So there's a lot of talent on this Arizona team, so it should be a good one.
Absolutely. HP, without further ado, let's get on with the game. All right, who do you think?
You know, Monty Python, when they spend like 5 minutes saying, "Get on with it!
Get on with it!" As long as Will Wade doesn't have the holy hand grenade, I think we're going to be fine. Will Wade with the holy hand grenade would be a very interesting and dangerous scenario for everybody. All right, HP, what game do we think Kevin Harlan first appeared in 2K?
What game do we think he first appeared on 2K?
Oh, I didn't get the answer. I was too busy watching.
I'm sorry, kid.
I was too busy watching Big Nasty on here, whatever his gamer tag is. Dunk it. Should be a very. HP, you got any X factors for this game?
Stone Gettings definitely brings great energy, good defense, and he fits his role very well. That's what I should say. He's very good at what he does for them. And we're going to get a quick foul here to start the game.
Not what you
want. I
want.
can't see who it's on because I can't see the screen well because I'm watching via Skype here.
Not what you would call ideal for the LSU Tigers or the Arizona Wildcats. I'm sorry. To the line, going to knock down the first free throw. Daniel Days, been a pretty reliable for LSU this year. They haven't run the offense through him, but then again, when you have Skylar Mays and Trendon Watford, why would you? Green at the top of the key. He's going to try and drive. Out to Smith. Smith in the corner is going to get the pick from Stone Gettings. He's going to take the three, and he's going to knock it down. He does a little Allen Iverson hop step after. HP, we might be seeing a heck of a performance. And I'm already calling it with less than a minute into the game.
You know, we should have filled out brackets for this, virtual tournament here. That was a mistake.
I know. I'm a little disappointed in it myself. But you know what I wouldn't be disappointed in? I actually forget that. I'm very disappointed in Trendon Watford right there. Jared Clemens' self-described favorite player of last year's class, Trendon Watford. Is that fair to say?
Well, it is self-described, so I don't have any comment on that one.
Speaking
There's
of
Stone Gettings working in the post.
and a foul on Daniel Days. Not a real explosive start from either team. 3-2 Arizona with 8:42 left to go in the first, and Stone Gettings is going to miss the free throw. He's going to walk the line Johnny Cash style there. Stone Gettings with another free throw. He's going to knock this one down.
From Rod Laver Arena, LSU, Arizona.
Skylar Mays. Skylar Mays pretty much been the most
No
valuable.
comment on the tennis reference, Landon.
I did not hear you. I apologize. I'm trying to do
so we're from Rod Laver Arena, clearly, in tennis mecca, Omaha, Nebraska.
Don't you disrespect Omaha, Nebraska. I'm pretty sure that's where Andy Roddick...
Omaha's a great place. I've heard great things from people who went there for the College World Series. No, Stone Gettings.
Stone Gettings!
With the dunk. A quick start for the center from Arizona.
Tough as stone. You can't get by the guy. Hey, yeah,
Look at the Conference of Champions rising as one together. And another rebound for Arizona, and LSU with a bit of a slow start here. No field goals yet for the Tigers.
Nico Mannion. Not been somebody that they've run the offense through yet today. And that's why a turnover. Daniel Days.
Daniel Days been active early for the Tigers.
Wofford trying to drive out to Mays. It's going to be a heck of a matchup watching Mays and Nico Mannion, even if this is a simulation, really. Wofford. He's got one on the shot clock. He's blocked by Stone! Stone Gettings!
Stone Gettings having a similar performance to Malik Williams thus far in this game. A very, very strong start defensively for the big man.
Absolutely.
And offensively.
Six to 2 Arizona. And take it to the cup. Green with the layup. And he does the fist pump. Josh Green. Been one of the more reliable players for Arizona this season. Talk about, their inconsistency throughout the year. But Josh Green's been somebody that's been able to pour it on for Arizona when they've needed it out of him. And Nico hasn't been playing as well. Smith out to get it. In the green giant layup. I forgot on this show we cannot say green bean after Carson said it. Apparently that has been washed. You are not allowed to say green bean. And there's a quick timeout for LSU. 10-2 with 6:45 left to go in the first. HP, did you see this? Did you see this start happening?
No.
Great commentary.
That's my commentary.
Great
no,
commentary.
I did not.
Javonte Smart, on the court, been a very productive player for LSU. Off the court, you may know him from the LSU scandal last year, but he's really been able to put that behind him, and LSU's looked like a very productive team this year, even though they've been very inconsistent. Wofford tries to drive. Stopped by Dylan Smith. Skylar Mays for three. That's the shot that LSU needs if they're going to win this game. HP, LSU's a team, as an SEC homer, as you all tell me, LSU's a team that lives and dies by the three. If they can get Skylar Mays going, as well as Javonte Smart and Trendon Wofford, and get Emmett Williams and Daniel Days to clean up the mess, LSU, in my opinion, has a very, very good shot at still winning this game. Dylan Smith out to Joshua Green, out to Stone Gettings, quickly becoming one of the TNS's favorite players, and it's for reasons like that with the putback layup. The big guy, cleaning up the mess, the garbage man. 12-5 Arizona. Wofford, out the elbow. He's going to get pickpocketed. Nico Mannion's going to get it. And they've got numbers. Green out to Gettings. Stone Gettings gets into the cup. Misses. Rebound. Emmett Williams. Mays out to Smart. They're going to bring it back out to Mays, try and set up a play. It's times like this where HP's saying, get the ball to Malik Williams, but Malik Williams is not in this game. Trendon Wofford at the top of the key. He's going to take another contested three, and he's going to knock this one down. No wonder he was a borderline 5-star player, HP. When you're making shots like that, why not? Looking like a young Cameron Walters back in his prime. And Stone Giddings says, hold on, I'll put the team on my back. Why not? Najee, a name we haven't called at all today. Joshua Green, 3 on the shot clock. He's going to take a 3. No good. Najee, though, with the rebound. Out to Dylan Smith. Smith's going to take the pick from Giddings. He had Giddings on the pass, chooses to drive instead. Out to Joshua Green. Green with another contested jumper. No good. Rebound to Emmett Williams. Mays gets an opening. He's going to drive it, and he's going to knock down the layup. LSU cuts the lead down to 2 with 4:09 to go in the first. And a timeout by the Wildcats. HB, you think LSU has enough firepower at this point, or do you think Arizona set the tempo already? And keep in mind, that's a very easy question for you since you're putting in the OK commentary. Hashtag OK.
Yes, as I stated, LSU will win the game. I think LSU still can win the game. Commentary.
Then we have the intramural dance team at March Madness for some odd reason. Jamal Baker out in the game. Jamal Baker's been a very, very consistent player for Arizona this year. Transferred from Kentucky. Jamal Baker being from California, the transfer made perfect sense. Speaking of perfect sense, what a layup by Lee.
Arizona getting a lot to go on the inside this far against LSU. A little surprising, I think, but we'll see how this develops as the game goes on. As we said yesterday, Belmont had quite the quick start against Cardinals.
In a pickpocket.
And it's a pickpocket by the Wildcats.
Joshua Green really been the go-to guy for Arizona today.
Slow it down here.
Hazard out to Green. He's gonna take another contested jumper. He's gonna knock down the 3. Joshua Green. Not really the guy that most Arizona fans know is the number 1 option, but he's sure playing like it today.
Josh Green, a very talented recruit that was very highly rated coming into the season, did not quite have the season that people thought he would. Still was a very good player this year for the Arizona Wildcats. Having a pretty good start to the game, though, against LSU thus far, and it's another steal for Arizona.
Another to Green. Hazard. No. They're going to kick it out. Skylar Mays has nothing but daylight for the layup. Hazard at the top of the key. Jamal Baker. If they can get Jamal Baker shooting, then they're really going to add another dynamic component to their game. Jamal Baker, in his lone season at Kentucky, shot nearly 40% from 3. That's one underrated aspect, though, about Jamal Baker's play, both in the junior circuit in high school and at UK. He's an underrated slasher with very, very good touch. It's good to see that Arizona's getting that going, but they don't want to see that. A missed free throw, a rare missed free throw from Jamal Baker. Surely won't be 2 in a row, and it will not. 18-12 Arizona. Bishop out to Williams at the top of the key. Williams is going to drive, and he's going to get hacked by Chase Jeter. You may remember Chase Jeter from his time at Duke. HP sure does.
Chase Jeter, did he transfer twice? For some reason, I feel like he did.
I feel like he did as well. First free throw knocked down for Emmett Williams. And the second, no good. Out to Coloco with what a name. Christian Coloco. Hazard out the wing. He's going to take the 3. Green! Hazard! I wanted to do the Sean Moth 3, but I said Green instead. I feel like that's...
I guess Sean Moth is now the announcer at Omaha.
Actually, if Sean Moth was the commentator for March Madness, I think we'd all be good. Oh, and the dunk! Lee with the dunk! Arizona piling it on to LSU, making HP and I look like hashtag idiots. 23-13.
Belmont almost did the same yesterday, but the superior team pulled it out in the end.
That they did, HP. That they did. 23-13 Arizona with 120 left to go in the
LSU,
first.
that Swiss cheese defense and the turnovers just killing the Tigers right
And
now.
another
turnover.
Another turnover. Hazard trying to set something up for the Wildcats. He's going to get a little bit of space. He's going to drive. He's got Jeter there for the dunk. Wow, Arizona is piling it on right now to LSU.
On pace to drop 100 on the Tigers.
We know our math at the neutral site. Emmett Williams out to Bishop. Manning out to Taylor. Good to see that Ramblo bomb is now online. Bishop going to take a pull-up three. No good. Rebound out to Coloco. Arizona will have one shot and LSU should get another. But for now, Lee at the top. He's going to take the pick from Jeter. He's going to bring it back out. Back out to Jeter. He's got a size advantage on him. And he's going to hit it. Arizona, 27-13.
Arizona's been dominant in the paint thus far. Jeter, Stone Gettings, Josh Green. It doesn't matter who it's been in for Arizona. They've been scoring in the paint with relative ease thus far, and LSU's going to hold for the final shot here.
Very interesting from Will Wade that Emmett Williams, their starting center, is running the point right now for the Tigers, but I guess I've seen everything, HP. Emmett Williams is going to drive a pull-up jumper. No good. Arizona on pace for 108 points right now. And they're happy. I don't blame them. This is looking more like a 116 matchup than an 8-9 matchup. Be interesting to see.
Really, there haven't been any real blowouts or wire-to-wire blowouts yet in the tournament. Really has there. Even some of the 1 seeds.
Utah State
games by the 16 seeds.
Utah State Iowa was a major blowout. It was an 87-45 or 42 game. It was 83. It was in that ballpark. Iowa State, or my correction, I'm sorry, Utah State blowing out Iowa and reigning player of the year, Luka Garza. But my gosh, Jamar Baker with the tough layup. Arizona 29.
12 for 18 from the field. They've made as many shots as LSU has attempted.
Speaking of attempts, another miss. And Emmett Williams with the frustration dunk.
Looked like Montrezl Harrell there.
Looking
with the power on that flush.
Looking like a young Nick Doninger in his prime. Sadly, I don't think Nick's listening, but he can listen to the after live stream. Hazard's going to take the pick. Trying to get Jeter involved. He's going to take the contested layup instead. A miss. Rebound out to Bishop. See if LSU can get a run here. With the pocket pass. Out to Hyatt for the layup. Coloco thought he got a hand on it, but did not. 29-17, Arizona Wildcats. Hazard at the top of the key. Jamal Baker looking at him like a confused child. Baker got the open shot. Surprisingly misses. That's his jumper. Bishop has nothing but daylight, looking like Derrick Henry against the Jaguars, and he's going to cut this lead to 10. 29-19, Arizona. Funny enough, the bench is actually being more productive than the stars right now, save Emmett Williams. Oh, the big man, Chase Jeter with the dunk. Sit it in, big fella. Looking like a young Otis George, HP, am I right? Absolutely, as he gives me a disdainful look. Bishop out the top of the key to Hyatt. Hyatt with the oop. Oh, and it's deflected. Going to be Tigers ball with 2.7 left on the shot clock. Glad to see the dunk contest race will feature Cassius Stanley.
Dunk contest. Always happy to see what goes on at All-Star Weekend in college basketball. A missed jump shot from LSU. Looks like, is that Zeke Najee on the rebound? I really can't tell.
It would be Chase Jeter with the rebound. It looks like. No, it would be Najee. You're correct. Coloco in the post. Getting manhandled there. Tries to get back to the basket. He does. With the left-handed hook off the glass. Smooth as silk.
Simply too tall for the Tigers.
LSU really needs to get something going here. Arizona is dangerous enough of a team that they could pull away at any moment. Hyatt's got a little bit of room. He's going to pass to Emmett Williams instead. Down to Bishop. in the lane. The layup, exactly what the doctor ordered for LSU. They get the bucket. Still down 12 with 7:10 to go in the first half. And surprisingly, Sean Miller is going to take a timeout here. Maybe he wants to show the scouts why Nico Mannion could be a lottery pick, but I don't know about that. HP, where would you have Nico Mannion in your mock draft today?
Here's the thing about this year when it comes to players in the NBA draft. We really have no idea because there's no truly great prospects in this draft. Obviously you had 3 top-tier elite prospects last year in Zion Williamson, John Morant, and RJ Barrett go early. I think Nico Mannion could potentially be a lottery pick, and I think it's probably a better chance than not that he is, however. With no workouts for teams to go off of, I feel like it'll be difficult for the draft board to move too much with things other than what film they put on during their college seasons this year. I tend to think that Nico Mannion has a good chance to secure a good spot in the first round.
Absolutely. Dynamic floor general that could turn it on at any moment. You bet there's room for him in the first round. Speaking of room, Javonte Smart passes up an open jumper out to Cooper at the top of the key. Barely any time left on the shot clock. Javonte Smart's going to heave one up. No good. Rebound out to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith's going to pass it out to the hot hand, Josh Green. He's going to dribble it to the corner. Looks for the pick. Doesn't get one. Stone Gettings at the top of the key. Green out to Najee. Backs him down. Oof. Absolutely brutal. The LSU strength coach is shaking his head in disgust.
A blowout so far, 37-21 Arizona. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Skyward Mays, Arizona playing well off of them, but refusing to shoot the ball. I think that's Skyward Mays. Maybe I'm wrong.
It would be. Or no. Well, Skylar Mays checks back into the game, so clearly not Skylar Mays. And folks, if you like our...
Skype commentary is the best kind of commentary.
Absolutely. And if you like our game here, we're also streaming away from this game on the neutral side as well. Griffin and Reese have the Michigan State Hofstra game featuring Cassius Winston, future first-round pick Cassius Winston, and Xavier Tillman for the Spartans.
You can watch their inferior commentary, I guess.
Michigan State's up 34-28 right now on Hofstra in a tight game, but you'd expect Michigan State to pull away with Cassius Winston. Speaking of pulling away, Najee with the rebound and the layup. Arizona up 8.
Just destroying LSU right now.
I'm not even mad about being wrong about the prediction. This has actually been very entertaining.
Whoever made these rosters looked at Arizona's recruiting rankings and made them way better than they are in real life. This is an unbelievable blowout this far by the Wildcats.
Right, you are, HP. Arizona's a team that, like LSU, shows up to big games, but has really lacked focus to maintain that consistency throughout the year. But the good enough for that possession is that Nico Mannion gets the rebound. Out to Josh Green. Skylar Mays, not a bad game so far. If they're going to need him to step it up Carson Edwards style if they want to get back in this game. Nico Mannion, though, with the contested layup. Looks like he got fouled there, but they're not going to call it. Nico Mannion with only 4 points, but the Wildcats up 20 right now.
Is that 10 assists for him or 10 boards or something like that already?
10 plus minus.
Okay, I see.
Javonte Smart's going to get a pick from Daniel Days. They really have not looked for that pick and roll. They are settling for contested jumpers, and I understand that their identity is a three-point team, but when you have guys rolling open on those pick and rolls, you really need to get them going, especially when you're not making jumpers. And Arizona proves just why with Stone Gettings with the dunk. The big fella by Slamma-Jamma. 43-21 Arizona, and LSU's going to take another timeout. Will Wade might throw a shoe at Javonte Smart if he takes another contested three. What was the one incident? What, George Bush had a shoe thrown at him? You ever seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen that video.
Imagine if Will Wade did that. Or an angry LSU fan threw a Shaq throws a shoe at Will Wade from the stands.
Well, I think Shaq doing anything in anger toward you is terrifying as is.
That is a very fair comment. Trendon Watford with another contested jumper.
What would Charles Barkley think of this game?
He would want to go to the concession stand. Green with the layup, no good, but another foul, and that's 3 on Daniel Days. He's looking confused. He's looking angry. The only thing I'd be angry about is this, pardon my language, putrid performance by LSU today. That's right, I said putrid. Arizona really pouring it on right now. As solid as Arizona's been today, HP, if they can pull this one out, do you think they have a legitimate chance at upsetting Kansas, who's perceived as the national champion pick?
No.
All right, that's what we pay them the big bucks for. HP!
I'm saying I think Kansas would win that one pretty easily.
Perhaps. I've seen crazier things. UMBC says hello. Hola. Como estas? Daniel Days knocks this free throw down. 44-22. Got to be frustrating for Will Wade and that Tiger staff right now. Dylan Smith at the top gets a pick from Stone. Getting Stone, both teams, mostly LSU, not really looking for that roll guy, settling for contested jumpers like that one from Nico Mannion. That one's off, but Stone Giddings with another rebound. Najee with the rebound.
Where's LSU on the defensive glass right now?
They're absolutely nowhere.
They get another layup.
Looking like they're on a magic carpet ride to nowhere right there. Arizona, 46-22. Skylar May's been very quiet this game, even though he has 7 out of the 22 points for the Tigers. Trendon Watford out to Smart, out to Manning. Mays passes out the open jumper. Nothing on the shot clock. Javonte Smart heaves that one up. Heave, ho, nothing. Dylan Smith out in the corner. Out to Mannion. Dylan Smith. Not going to use the pick. He's going to try and drive. He's going to get stopped, but he's going to find an opening out to Stone Giddings. 3 on the shot clock. Joshua Green's going to take... No, he's going to pass it out to Smith. Beats the shot clock. 48-22. Wildcats. HB, clearly the superior Cats showed up to play today. Skylar Mays, though, finally going to get himself going for the contested layup right there. Going to need some more production out of him because clearly everyone else is still in Baton Rouge right now. 48-24 Wildcats. Najee drives. Going to get out to Mannion. Mannion's not going to use the little curl. Mannion, though, going to take the contested jumper. He's going to hit it. 50-24 Wildcats. Skylar Mays at the top of the key. He's going to take a contested 3. Usually he can hit those, but not today. Nico Mannion in the lane, not really known for his post game, and he's wisely going to bring it back out. He's going to drive. The layup, no good. Javonte Smart with the rebound. Not really seeing a lot of front court production today from LSU, even on the rebounding side. But as soon as I say that, Daniel Day's the power forward with the three-pointer. Nico Mannion going to take it at the top of the key. Najee out on the wing. Out to Giddings. Giddings is going to get fouled. And that's 4 HP on Daniel Days. Might be the end of days for LSU. That's a valuable piece that they may not get back until the later part of the second half. HP, if you were the coach for LSU, which I would pay to see, what are you telling them in the locker room right now?
Well, first of all, I think the first thing you have to say is for them to play better. Second of all, stop letting them shoot uncontested a foot from the rim.
And
Third of all,
and they
I
do
think
just
it would
that.
be very, very important for LSU to put the ball in the basket on occasion. This would mean take fewer contested jumpers, shoot layups. That's all I got for you.
HP walks in with the speech of a lifetime. you have to play better, and just walks out in utter
Skylar Mays
disgust.
misses, and Arizona comes back the other way again.
Oh, Hazard had an open layup.
Becoming an absolute laugher already in the first half.
Jeter out to lead. Hazard with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to take the contested three. No good. Rebound out to Manning. Manning to Mays. He's going to take the half quarter. And in and out. Arizona right now.
LSU trails in the first half. The Arizona Wildcats lead going into the locker room 52-27.
Absolute juggernaut of a performance right now.
Just an absolute beatdown at all levels.
Ooh. We have a comment from one of our TNS patrons from Cameron Walters. He says, "Put me in, coach." Cameron, at this rate, you might want to go into the game for LSU because it can't get much worse. HP, what's the biggest shocker to you other than the score right now? Anything stand out in particular to you?
Well, to be frank, I'm very surprised at LSU getting beaten so badly on the defensive glass so far. Arizona has been fantastic getting offensive rebounds this game. And overall, LSU just played very soft defense thus far. LSU failing to keep Arizona out of the paint at all in the first half. And absolutely, we have a guy on a unicycle here.
I'm not simming past that.
He's riding it like a unicycle. Halftime entertainment, folks. This is the neutral site, March Madness. I don't think anyone coming in would have said Stone Gettings would have been the best player on the court, though. But frankly, he's been one of the 2 or 3 best players on the court between both teams thus far. But to be honest, Arizona might have had the 5 or 6 best players in the game so far in the first half.
Right, you are, HP. That's why we pay you the big bucks. Also known as a free Taco Bell taco. Green out to Mannion. Mannion in the corner. He's going to take the three. And that's why scouts love his all-around game. He knocks down the three. 55-27, Arizona Wildcats. Skylar Mays out at the top. Wyatt checks in place of Daniel Days to start the half for the LSU Tigers. Smart going to take the contested layup. The foul, and he's not going to get it. But that's 3 on Dylan Smith. At this point, though, who cares? It's a 28-point deficit. That's that classic TNS optimism that HP and I both bring to the table. Javonte Smart, the second free throw. No good off the back iron. Out to Dylan Smith. He stopped. He's going to gain his dribble back. He's going to try and drive. Get it out to Stone Gettings. Stone Gettings with the find to Nico Mannion. Stone Gettings, a guy that did not start for Arizona at the beginning of the season, has really turned it on. HP's self-described favorite player for the Tigers, absolutely pacing them right now, along with Joshua Green and Nico Mannion. Watford with the slick. Oh, and he's blocked. He is blocked by Nashi, and the and one, though, by Emmett Williams. They needed that. They also need about 27 or 26 more points to make that 26. A frustrating performance for many Tigers fans, but it's okay. You won the national championship with Joe Burrow. It's okay. Joshua Green at the top. Pass it out to Nico Mannion. He's going to get a pick from Dylan Smith. He's going to find a little bit of opening. Another pull-up jumper and a miss. And we're going to get a foul on Nico Mannion. Oof. Those officials must have put something on the game, HP, because I didn't see what the foul was there. Skylar Mays out at the top of the key. Trendon Walker, a name we have not called often at all today. But he's going to try and get him some. He's going to try and drive to the basket. Nothing. Out to Javonte Smart for the three. No good. Rebound to Stone Gettings. Out to Nico Mannion. Mannion at the top of the key trying to find something. He's got nothing. He's going to get a pick from Dylan Smith. He's going to use it. Green out in the corner looking for something. He's going to get a pick from Stone Gettings in the three. Got it. Joshua Green has been absolutely dominating right now for Arizona. Looking like a young Larry.
29-point lead for the Wildcats. I would never have seen this one coming, that's for certain.
I don't think any of us did, myself included. And this saddens me.
I think I might have to give them one chance against the Jayhawks.
And an 8-1 for Dylan Smith. 62-31. Wow, I feel dumb after that initial pick. Wow.
Yeah, I know. We both picked LSU. This is why we are bad at our job.
Well, we're not bad. We just can't judge a simulation. All right, we're not great, but that's not important. Skylar May's going to get a layup. Possible and one? No. But Dylan Smith, that's 4 on Dylan Smith. You should probably expect Sean Miller to go for Jamarl Baker here at the end of the bench. That classic HP optimism. Ha ha! LSU needs a little bit more than optimism right now, though. It's actually kind of depressing to watch. A team that, at the beginning of the year, actually surprisingly played pretty well. Was undefeated, one of the few undefeated teams in the country for a while. It's kind of fallen apart in the last few months. Makes you wonder why. But say what you want about the scandal. Will Wade has constructed himself a team that many thought could construct a possible upset bid to Kansas, and right now they can't even knock off Arizona. They're getting dominated 62-32 with 6:48 left to go in the third. Cooper out to Mays at the top of the key. Mays splits the traffic, the layup, and he's going to get fouled. The little guy deserves it after putting Najee in the spin cycle. He hits the free throw to make that 62-33. And another free throw. Good. 62-34 Arizona. HP, this would normally be the time where I say this is March, but I don't think that's appropriate given how much carnage this game has been or how much has ensued. Speaking of carnage, the block on Nico Mannion. Mays out to Cooper. The alley-oop to Marshawn Taylor.
LSU fans rise as one. They've cut the deficit to 26.
To 26. Somebody in the stands is calling Joe Burrow to get back into a uniform. They may need him. Dylan Smith.
Honestly, I think we put Joe Burrow on this LSU basketball team. It might be better than what we're seeing from them today.
It can't be much worse than letting Joshua Green out with the open jumper. 11 points for Josh Green. I'm still going to say Joshua. Josh Green, though, with 11 points on the day. Been very, very, very productive for the Wildcats. Speaking of production, they need to get something out of Skylar Mays here. He's going to take a contested on-the-move three. No good. Green with the rebound. Green's got nothing but space in front of him. Giddings out to Green at the top. Nico Mannion with the contested three. No good. Rebound out to Marshawn Taylor. And Cooper beats the rest of the pack for the dunk. They're going to need about 13 more of those HP. And let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. Najee with the foul, in and out. That's Emmett Williams' first.
I'm struggling to have insightful things to say about this game just because, well, look at the scoreboard.
Can you imagine doing the play-by-play right now? It's not great.
You at least just say what happens. I have to provide insight and analysis, which I have not done thus far.
Well, HP.
This is why they pay me the big bucks, folks.
It's all right. I don't know how much analysis of this game. It basically comes down to, oof, yikes. Man, this is terrible. That's pretty much the only color you can commentate about this game right now. Bishop with the contested three. I rest my case. Chase Cheater with the rebound. Hazard's going to get it. Out to Jeter with another dunk. I should be excited saying that, but...
The Swiss cheese defense of LSU strikes again.
And the legal giant puts it in the basket to make it 68-38 Wildcats. Keep in mind, folks, we have another 14 minutes left in this game, but Emmett Williams knows that, not going away with the dunk. Arizona shooting 63% from the field right now. LSU actually not shooting a too paltry 38%, but that's not going to win games in March. Hazard out to Najee. Another pass out to Hazard. The three. Got it. 71-40 right now. Arizona. Who knows, HP? Maybe Net was on to something.
Yes, Net can predict 2K simulations. I think I'm all in on that.
Speaking of simulations right there, Williams with the up and in. 71-42 LSU. Somewhere, some way, Les Miles is praying for God to end this forsaken game. Jamal Baker says, "Not so fast, my friend," and hits the layup. 73-42 Wildcats. HP, it's times like this where this is happening where I think, imagine if Coach O was an LSU basketball coach.
Imagine if Coach O was an LSU basketball player.
Come on, throw it in the bowl. Actually, that'd be very terrifying. I don't know if you can...
And where's Carson at right now?
He's upstairs, hopefully watching the neutral site. He was on earlier. He left in the comment section, celebrity guest appearance, ? And then stud. I don't know if he meant himself by stud. Very confused. But nonetheless, he is here in the building. Speaking of being in the building, Chase Jeter with another layup. Wildcats up 31 with 2:17 to go in the third.
I'm shaking my head in disgust at this LSU defense.
Swiss cheese, as HP so eloquently put it. Bishop sits in the corner like a young teenager that just ticked off his parents. He's going to get Taylor on the open three. Nothing.
Another brick from LSU.
Baker going to drive the lane, the pass out to Lee. Lee going to kick it out to Hazard for another three. No good. Rebound out to Cooper. Bishop's going to start the break for the LSU Tigers. Out to Graves, the foul. No good. That's the third on Najee. Marshall Graves at the line. Not a name that they've really needed to call for a lot of the season. He's provided valuable reserve minutes, but at this point, they're going to need a lot more than valuable reserve minutes. Tigers down 46-75 with 1:28 to go in the third quarter. Another foul. Marcus Graves on the foul. Brandon Watford been absolutely non-existent today, whether that's a testament to Arizona's defense or just LSU's inability to get anybody going today. Very interesting that he hasn't played a lot of minutes. He's played a good amount, but hasn't played the entire game like you'd expect out of Will Wade in his usual tendencies to play his star players for a long amount of time and not really rely on that bench. Speaking of relying on that bench, Hyatt from the bench, no good. Jamal Baker, nothing but daylight and another layup. 79-46, Arizona. HP, do we think Arizona's going to break 100?
At the rate they're going, they're absolutely going to break 100 because, to be frank, the LSU defense hasn't shown any ability or desire to stop this Arizona offense from continuing the avalanche that they're putting this LSU defense, this LSU team under. Does LSU? I don't even think. Do you think LSU has any shot of getting back in this game in the fourth quarter?
I would be willing to bet $1,000 that Arizona does not blow this lead.
I don't understand why. Arizona has the last shot of the half.
I would be willing to bet my life. I would be willing to bet my life savings that Arizona wins this game, if that is what you were asking me. Oh my gosh, Hazard! It's a matter of who wants it more. Speaking of who wants it, Jamal Baker pulls up Nona and HP. I would have been totally honest with you when I said if that thing went in, I would not have been shocked. Arizona right now dominating. Unfortunately, security had to escort a loyal LSU fan out of the game in an outburst of anger. His name apparently is Cameron Winter, what we're being told here. He's actually left a lot of vile comments on our comments section, but that's okay. Arizona already going with the with the reserves. Oh, this is not good. Funny enough, Devin Detruve is in the game. Don't know why he's in the game. He transferred out, but okay. Would get really excited about that and-one dunk by Thomas, but at this point it's just wasted. 49-79. Wildcats. And folks, speaking of Wildcats, HP and I will also be on the call for UK Vermont tonight, as well as Kansas in Prairie View A&M, and what should be an absolute slugfest, and I don't mean that as a two-sided slugfest. HP, any thought on those games tonight? Anything stand out to you? Do you think Vermont has any chance at upsetting the Cats?
I'll tell you what I think. Prairie View A&M will do the impossible this evening.
They'll put up 50.
Yes, they'll put up 50. They will lose and Kansas will cover.
That classic HP optimism. That's why we pay him the big bucks. And that's why he's on this show. Trenton Watford, and he swatted. If there was ever a microcosm of the game today, that possession was it. Watford trying to find a seam and is absolutely rejected by the Arizona defense. Manning out at the top of the key. Hyatt for three, no good. Rebound to Coloco. One of the best names I've heard. Weigh-in, not really known for playing many minutes. Usually gets about 7 a game. Out to Jones at the top of the key. Jones out to Coloco, trying to drive with a contested layup, and he hits it. Wow. Everything's going right now for Arizona. 83-49 with 7:54 to go. I feel like I'm watching Denver-Detroit right now, back in the Kiki Vandeweghe team that put up nearly 180 points. This is absolutely insanity. Coloco with a little bit of space, he's going to drive. The layup foul by Trendon Watford. At this point, probably the most productive thing Watford's done all day today, as Coloco misses the free throw. Coloco with the second free throw, and it's good. 84-51. Wildcats. Sean Miller can breathe a sigh of relief right now as Arizona's absolutely dominating the Tigers, both on the boards and on the scoreboard. Starks out to Hyatt. Out to Manning. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They really need to get something going here. Manning's going to take a pull-up jumper and miss. And the rebound out to Jones after the tip. Jones out to Jeter. Oh, with the layup. LSU, go to a zone. Do something. As HP has walked away in disgust to go to the concession stand for one jumbo pretzel. Manning gets it at the top of the key. Out to Starks. Starks to Hyatt. Down to Daniel Days, who's finally back in the game after early foul trouble. And, of course, it's pickpocketed. And Jones with a fast break and the layup. Dear Lord in heaven. 88-51 Arizona.
I think I'm going to leave this game in disgust. LSU at least keep it under a 40-point loss.
At this rate, I would put a lot of money on the Arizona's going to score 100 and win by 40 plus. Thomas says no mas though, as he corrals the rebound. Starks out to Thomas. Thomas back to Manning, top of the key out to Hyatt. Hyatt in a borderline carry motion that apparently the refs don't care to call anymore. Thomas is fouled, though, by Christian Coloco. Deshaun Thomas, utility man basically for LSU this season, to provide some valuable minutes in SEC play, but for the most part has been the true backup to Emmett Williams and Daniel Days.
Landon, do you think Fed has a chance in the Wimbledon championships this year?
I don't know if they're going to play it.
That's a great point. Great point to be had there.
Do I think he has a chance? Absolutely. Do I think he will win it? No. That title belongs to Novak Djokovic, sir. Same way I think Rafael Nadal is going to win the French Open, and the same way that I think it's a toss-up between Novak and Rafa for the U.S. Open as it is every year.
If any of those games are played.
If any of them are played. However, Fed right now, this is the perfect timing for him having knee surgery and missing the Indian Wells and Miami stretches, as well as potentially missing the French Open. If I'm not confused, I think he was going to miss the French Open, which for many Fed fans isn't anything abnormal. He did not play in 2017, did not play in the 2018 French Open either. That would have been perfect time to get him back on his favorite domain at Wimbledon grass. But it's looking like a genius IQ 2000 move from him, as all rankings right now are protected by the ATP, and Roger Federer's not going to drop at all in the rankings, even after missing all of this time.
Tennis on TNS, folks.
Can't spell tennis without TNS, HP. Devin Detruve, which was kicked out of Arizona earlier this year, but for some reason still in the game, even after Sean Miller designated him a reserve position. And another layup right now for Arizona, 92-52.
We picked a team to win, and that team that we both picked to win is about to lose by 40-plus points.
That's what we love on this show, folks. This is March.
This is basketball. We love basketball.
Speaking of March, we should also...
pushing the tempo, stands.
Bueller. Coloco out the way.
Well, this is certainly Sean Miller's day off, that's for certain.
Jones with 3 on the clock. Finally, LSU with some good defense. Almost hits the 3. Hyatt with the rebound. Out to Bishop with 3:50.
What do you think of Rick Pitino? Not Rick Pitino, the Iona, just Rick Pitino.
He's the greatest Italian Louisville coach I've ever seen. Is Rick Pitino's the person?
No, we don't care about Rick the person. Just the meme, the identity, I don't know, whatever funny other things about Rick Pitino there are.
He would have said this game was over in 15 seconds. Better? Better. All right. HB,
I'm disappointed. Another classic Landon making a 15-second Rick Pitino joke. There's nothing better than that.
And this game is sponsored by Porcini's.
Of humor on the Neutral Site podcast.
HB, hold up.
Arizona continues to lead by 40 points.
HB, hold up. I have to announce our sponsor for this show. Come on. This game is brought to you by one of Louisville's favorite Italian restaurant eateries, Porcini's. Porcini's. Our poor name got thrown in that mess. Porcini's. Out to Hyatt.
Once again, we are not affiliated in any way with Porcini's. Landon just likes to make sponsor statements.
But we are sponsored by the Big Heads Media. We are a Big Heads Media podcast.
There's a real sponsor, yeah.
That is a real sponsor of ours. We are also sponsored by Clemens Painting, as Jarrett said last night, which I did give him a plug for it, so technically that is true. Don't forget Libs Paving and Hutch and Huber. If you're looking for more March Madness material, check out Hutch and Huber. One's an IU fan, the other's a UK fan, and they yet coexist with each other just like we do on this show. If you're looking for a good time, folks, check out Hutch and Huber on their Twitter, at Hutch and Huber, capital H on Hutch, capital H on Huber, and their YouTube page. They are doing a heck of a job, and we've been proud and pleased to say that this has been a joint production with Hutch and Huber. I'm receiving a comment from Cameron Winter, the escorted LSU fan, who is mad at my sponsor statement. How dare you? I'm sorry, I only get paid to say the news. I don't make it. Speaking of making things, Arizona's trying to break 100 here. Weigh-in, though. Going to get open. A pull-up jumper, and he knocks it down. Oh, HP, this is hard to watch.
Yeah, this is a pretty brutal performance from LSU here. Arizona almost assuredly will break 100 here, and in the process beat LSU by 38 plus points. Another rebound for the Wildcats. They go the other way. The Tigers have already mailed it in. In fact, they probably mailed it in the second quarter, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Should also go, oh, and they break 100. They did it.
57 to 100.
Free Long John Silver's fish fillets for the entire stadium. That's exactly what we want. This is March. Imagine something obscure as that. Free Long John Silver's fish fillets. Actually, what in your mind, other than the Texas Roadhouse peanut toss, would be an obsolete reward for breaking 100?
Well, to be frank, the Buccetto's smiling pizza race has to be up there, given our general disdain for Buccetto's in their smiling, well, I guess not for Buccetto's, but for their smiling pizza race.
I hope
and its ability to break momentum.
I hope CPD
and for the Indiana basketball Hoosier at very inopportune times.
I hope that loyal patron and Indiana sports writer Cameron Pedro Drummond sees that. CPD, we love you here on TNS. Even though HP probably has a few snarky things to say. Thomas at the top, 102 to 58 LSU. I did not think I would ever be saying 102 during a March Madness game, and blocked again. Arizona with the rejection. Lee drives in the layup. 104 to 58. Oh my gosh.
I really want this to become a 50-point game.
It's unfortunately not going to, but as LSU hits, I don't even care who the players are at this point. 140 to 60. I'm just glad LSU got the 60.
Oh, that's a fair point.
This is very.
We were worried that they wouldn't for quite a while.
Arizona's gonna have enough time for one more shot. Can they make it 106? Tribe's gonna drive. Not gonna get. He's gonna grab his own rebound though, and that's the game. Arizona, 104 to 60, sending the Tigers home back to Baton Rouge. Apparently, the Go Tigers chants were not enough for LSU.
We are all worse off for having watched this game.
What's the scene from Billy Madison? Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to that. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Chase Jeter leading the Wildcats with 14 points off the bench. Nico Mannion, Josh Green with 11, and Max Hazard also off the bench with 10. A very well-rounded performance today. 998877 sounds like a fake phone number. And LSU being led by Skylar Mays with 12 points. Emmett Williams with 12 points as well. And after that, a big fall from the LSU Tigers. Folks, HP and I will be back on the call later tonight, probably after 9 o'clock. We'll be sure to get back to you on that with Kansas Prairie View A&M. And then a special treat for all of our local fans here. UK will be taking on Vermont in a 4-13 matchup. I tried to get UK higher to all the BBN fans, but after looking at our bracket, it made sense that they were the number 1-4. So that's going to be it for us here, folks. Arizona wins in a blowout here over LSU. We'll be sure to post updates of the other scores at Michigan State Hofstra and all of our future games going on tonight and going beyond. Thanks for tuning in to another TNS production. Stay neutral, folks, and be sure to check out our later games tonight. Take care.